I never really believed in it, you know. And then I had my chart done, and I looked at it, and it was pretty accurate. And so it gave me kind of, wow, okay, well, there's something to this. There's, you know.
In what way is it accurate? About your character or about events?
Oh, much more so about my character, and more so about potentials. You know, like the different potentials someone would have, like, you know, in my chart it would say, well, and also the negative to this is, and the positive side to this is. So it's interesting.
And hi, do you know your sun sign?
Yes, I do actually. My sun sign, astrology sign, I guess that's what you mean, yeah. Aquarius.
Mm-hmm. And have you read your horoscope daily, or at least once in a while?
Rarely. A few years ago I breezed through it along with a couple of funny sections, but that was about it as far as astrology goes.
Is there any accuracy to it for you at all?
I could sometimes, like a lot of things, you can associate certain, you know, activities with what it has to say, but I don't know, not really, no.
Do you ever read books just about your sign?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever had a prediction about the kind of people you should get along with?
I did. Well, if I did, I didn't pay enough attention to remember. But I have read actually some information at some point other than from the newspaper on my particular sign, and it was interesting.
Hi, do you know your astrological horoscope sign?
I'm a Cancer.
And how did you learn that?
Oh, I have no idea. I've known it for a long time.
Do you read your horoscope in the paper?
Once in a while I do, yeah.
Has it ever been accurate?
Not that I know of. It's never been too specific in anything, and it never seems to make any sense to me.
Hi, John Hawkins, famous artist from Argenta. Do you know your astrological sun sign?
I don't know the difference between sun and moon. I think it's Sagittarius.
How did you learn that?
Oh, it's common knowledge in the culture. Everyone knows their sign. It's just part of our culture, like, I don't know.
Do you read the horoscope in the paper?
Occasionally, yes.
Ever been accurate for you?
About as many times as it's been inaccurate.
Have you ever delved into it a little deeper, got a birth chart done for yourself, read a whole book on your sign?
No.
Do you think there's any scientific basis to it at all?
No.
None at all?
No.
Hi, I'd like to ask you if you dream a lot during the night.
As a rule, yes, I do.
Do you remember your dreams in the morning when you wake up?
Often, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I can recollect most of what I've dreamt, but as the day goes on, I find it harder and harder to recall what I've been dreaming about.
Do you find sometimes in the morning you wake up and because you had a bad dream, you're not feeling quite good, or the dreams seem to affect you during the day?
No, I very rarely have what I would call bad dreams. It's very uncommon that I would have what you would call a nightmare or anything like that. As far as affecting me during the day, I can't really say that I've ever had a dream that carried on into my waking state.
Why do you think we dream?
That's quite a question.
Is there any purpose? Like, are they just accidental movies in our mind? Or?
I would think if it had a purpose, perhaps it would be, maybe it allows people to live a certain life or express or feel certain emotions that they won't allow themselves to feel or express during their waking state. And by having the dream state allows them to sort of touch on certain areas that they don't allow their waking selves to enter.
Hi, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about dreaming. Do you dream a lot during the night?
The last little while I haven't been remembering my dreams, but normally I do.
Mm-hmm. And when you wake up in the morning, do you feel affected by your dreams? Like, let's say you had a really bad dream or nightmare, and do you feel kind of shaken up in the morning a little bit?
I haven't really had a nightmare, I can't even remember the last one. The ones that I do remember is when I'm flying. Mm-hmm. And those do affect me, like I'm in a really good state of mind for the whole day.
I love the flying ones. Yeah, your whole day is just flowing after that.
That's right.
Why do you think we dream? What's the purpose of dreaming?
I don't know, like myself, I find that it sort of helps me solve some of my problems. Mm-hmm. But as far, like I haven't really analyzed dreams that much.
I've had dreams becoming modeling, a lifeguard, synchronized swimming,
that in a dream you were becoming these different professions. How did that make you feel when you woke up in the morning? Did it feel like this could be true, or was it? Did you feel that that was your true desire somewhere deep inside?
Yes, it did.
Doesn't that feel great? And it does make you wonder in the morning, doesn't it? Wow, you know, this is really, is it telling me something, or do you feel it's like a message for you?
Well, I've taken swimming lessons, and I hope I do become a lifeguard or a synchronized swimmer. But for model, I hope I do.
That's like your wildest dream.
Yeah, that's the one big one I want to become as one.
Well, Hi, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about dreaming. Do you remember your dreams when you wake up in the morning?
I usually do, yes.
Do you find some dreams are more significant than others?
Well, yeah, probably, but sometimes I find it's interesting you should ask me this, because I've been trying, the last few days I've been laying down and trying to direct my dreams, trying to dream about a certain thing, a little project that I've been doing, and...
Did it work?
No, it hasn't worked.
It takes lots of practice, doesn't it? Like, have you heard about that thing, you know, if we try to picture your hands in a dream and remember your hands and then...
No, I haven't, no, but I actually read a book a couple of weeks ago called, what was it called? I don't remember the book, but I remember what the couple in it were doing. They were trying to, before they would go to bed at night, they would lay down and they would try and meet in their dreams, and they practiced and they practiced, and they did it eventually.
That's a true story?
It's a very true story, yeah. Richard Bach was the fellow that wrote the book. He wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull, yeah. So I can't remember the book.
Have you ever had a feeling, or have you ever become really conscious middle of a dream and know that you are dreaming?
Yeah. I think at that point I would wake up. It seems to me when I've had big dreams, biggies, I would wake up in the middle, kind of. So.
What do you think is purpose of dreaming? Why do we dream?
Why do we dream? Well, maybe so the subconscious conscience has a chance to flash things in front of us. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's a subconscious working.
Okay. Do you dream a lot?
Not nighttime, no.
Daytime?
I'm real in daytime.
So do you call them daydreams, and what kind of dreams would these be?
It's a goal. It's almost like a dream. But people get involved in dreams. They can make the distinguish between what's real, what isn't, what's fantasy, what isn't. Okay? There's three dreams: one from God, one a man's dream, and one of a devil's dream. Okay? Because they will have his own visions. Okay? He have his own pursuits. It makes it to real. The lie is hidden in the truth, okay? It comes in a form of a truth, okay? So the dream comes in a form of reality, okay? You want me to continue or what?
Yes. Are you saying that we are all the time in a dream world? That's what I'm understanding. Like, because you're talking about waking state.
Some are, okay? Right. Some people, most of their life, okay, they spend in the dream world. They can make the difference between what's real, what is from God, what is from Him, or what's from the lie. Okay, everybody have their own vision. Fear have their own vision. Okay, you understand what I'm telling you? Yes. Fear combined with vision. A lot of people get frightened. Okay, because the.
Hi, do you dream a lot during the night?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember your dreams when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, sometimes, maybe a quarter of the time, maybe.
Do some dreams stay in your mind more powerfully than other dreams?
I suppose. No certain types, but certain dreams stay in my mind.
Do you sometimes feel a little shaken up by some dreams, or do you really wonder, why did I have such a dream?
Yeah, I'll feel shaken up by a dream, especially if it seems quite real, if there's a tone of reality to it.
Why do we dream? Why do you think we have dreams? What's the purpose of having dreams?
Times to relax the mind and maybe to allow the mind to explore different pathways, maybe, or and to just be imaginative, I guess.
Mind is being imaginative during the night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Would it have any kind of a purpose? Like, is there some? Could it be like a healing reason? Like, you said, mind needs to relax. Could it also have messages, perhaps, for us?
My father believes that the dreams have messages and chart your destiny, I guess. I believe, I guess, that dreams just wake up your mind, stir thoughts in your mind. I don't really believe they guide you along a pathway or foretell the future, but I think they just keep your mind active.
Great, thank you. How about you? Do you remember your dreams in the morning?
Sometimes, not always.
Do you have different feelings? Like, do you wake up feeling different ways from when you come out of a different dream?
Yeah, I have dreams that sort of leave me a bit anxious, you know. Nightmares, I guess. Sometimes I would have dreams like that.
And you wonder, why did I have this particular kind of dream?
Yeah, I don't really dwell on it. It doesn't worry me because I don't put much stake in what I dream as being a reflection on my everyday life or anything like that.
So you don't think there's any particular purpose, like any deeper meaning to dreaming?
No, I know people who use their dream world to sort of answer questions in their lives, and they put a lot of stake in it. But I think perhaps you could train yourself to dream in that way, and train yourself to remember your dreams and solve problems perhaps through it. But I've never had the discipline to do that, so I don't. I think because I'm untrained, I've not trained myself, then therefore my dreams are sort of just flights of fancy, basically.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay.